All right, class, let's hop right into the PowerPoint for this one. And in the chronology, remember for the Maya, you had all the classic stuff, late classic, pre-classic, all middle. Okay, so down here, we got a couple of chronologies, unfortunately, but the main one is going to have these horizons, early, middle, and late. In the early horizon, starting at 800 BCE, CE, there is Common Era, um, is marked by Chavin. So. um, in the main the main representation of the Chavin culture is the site of Chavin de Huantar, which you can see in its layout there in the lower right has a you can see it as a sort of evolution from the earlier stuff, the two Sechins we looked at. And so I pointed this out in the last video, but that's where we are geographically. Just telling you, yeah, we're going to mark this early horizon by the fluorescence of the Chavin culture. Here's some contact period. I have two slides on what the first kind of people from Europe to see Chavin saw and said. So in 1616, De Espinosa says it was a huaca or sanctuary, one of the most famous of the Gentiles like Rome or Jerusalem among us, a place where the Indians came to make offerings and sacrifices because the demon in this place declared many oracles to them. And so they attended from throughout the kingdom. So there's a lot going on in that quote, and we'll kind of go into different aspects that you might have been wondering about as I read it aloud in the upcoming slides here. In 1619, another Jesuit missionary says, the temple at Chavin is a building that is very feared and greatly venerated, and they call it the House of the Huacas. And the Huacas spoke and answered the men who were their children. So these are quotes 1,800 years after Chavin is abandoned. And so it remained a sacred place through those intervening years, even though it wasn't in the same active use as when it was built and used in an everyday sense. So I'm gonna ask you to know this word huaca, which means sacred item or place. So that'll definitely be on the exam. And this huaca had oracular functions, or it's a way oracle, right? It's telling the future. So instead of, say, the Solkin of the Maya, where they're trying to do this sort of predictive stuff based on astronomical phenomena, based on day keeping. Here, it's going to be symbolize embedded in these sacred places, in these sacred items. And we'll go into the ways in which these kind of inanimate things were able to talk to people and tell the future. So it's important to know about Chavin that it's at the confluence of two rivers. And again, here's another term you should know. Tinkui is a coming together, a sacred coming together. So that these two rivers were coming together, I'll show you in the next slide, made the area a spiritually powerful place, and like a place where you would build something of religious import. And it's one of the few passes into the Amazon, so to go down into the Amazon jungle. So economically, strategic, and religiously powerful as well. And so here you see the rivers coming in, and the site is built right where they connect. All right, more Chavin in the next video.